You are now listening to About That Business, hosted by Rom Wills. Rom Wills is an entrepreneur and personal coach who has helped people reach their fullest potential personally and professionally. Take it away, Rom.
Thank you, Marshall. Always evolve in business. You know what, yo? This is more personal, right? All right, as I'm recording this over my Yeti mic, I've got like a little foam thing to cover it up. Let me know how the sound is and stuff, right? And it was a small investment, very small, came right away. And, you know, for people who follow my main channel, they know I got another camera and everything. Now, the camera is, I might film a few videos for my channels on that camera. But that's mainly for this new channel that's going to be starting up maybe sometime in September. The earliest it might start up is like late August, the earliest, but I want to make sure I have it right. And the channel is going to be on Vimeo, and it'll be a subscription channel, right? But everything I've been doing really is just constant evolution. And, you know, if you're in business, right? That's the key thing. You got to constantly improve. You got to constantly see what's out there. It's like, oh, you got this new thing. Let me do that. Because one thing, and I know I've talked about automation, but as it improves, it's actually opened the door for people like myself. Now, see, with me, I'm somewhere between owning a job and owning a system. The reason why I say I'm somewhat between, because I have a lot of passive income streams. But I don't specifically own the systems that they're on. Now, one day I'm not going to say I hope. I'm not going to use that term. I actually saw a video on Instagram. It was it had a minute excerpt from our honorable ancestor Dick Graper. He said, "No, don't hope. Do it. Because if you say hope, you're not sure it's going to happen. So I'm going to say this is what I'm going to do, and I want y'all to do that too." Yeah, one day I'm going to own a platform. I'm gonna own a platform. In fact, already, if I like, I can already pay for like a platform for like an online mall or something. If I choose, when I choose to, that's when I'll start owning a system, right? And even talking about that, one thing you want to do, you want to keep seeing what's out there. Don't get too complacent in what you're doing, because, I know people know about the money on AdSense and on YouTube. I mean, I remember when I first really started doing videos, the money was big. You were like, wow. Seriously, I remember those days. I know some people do. That's why a lot of people got into doing live streams and super chats, because the AdSense money. Like when they did that thing, that Ad Apocalypse last year, that hit Rom. I was like, man, I'm still getting something, but now the YouTube money is play money. And, and one of the things that evolve, and always pay attention to the environment your business is in. YouTube is evolving to the point that it's going to become another Netflix at some point. Mark my words. So it's going, at some point, it might be, they just going to be like, they're going to make it real hard for somebody to make money. I don't know how they're going to do it, but I can see it. It'll be a slow thing, so gradual and out. And they're probably doing that to some people now, limiting their money to give them like the incentive to like stop doing videos, right? But that's neither here nor there. Now, I know this ain't going to be monetized now. It don't matter, because that's part of the thing. Always see what's coming like at your environment. That's not just online, right? Pay attention if you open up a retail store, because despite everybody talking about a retail apocalypse and everything, as I did in a video a while back, a few weeks ago, that's really dependent on the neighborhood you're in and a social class that buys from those stores. Like the upper class, they open in stores. And for the poor classes, they opening up stores. So it's like the middle class store. So it's still some retail outlets out there. And depending on your idea, you could start something, depending on your idea and your location. But even when you start something, you got to start paying attention. You can't get too like complacent. Say you get in a neighborhood, right? And a lot of people have found this. You get in a neighborhood, and you got a good stock of people who buy your stuff. But then something happens; it might start changing up. Like you see this in neighborhoods. Like if you have a business that's in a gentrified neighborhood, I think there was a black bookstore somewhere in New York. They were starting to have trouble keeping their doors open. It was either a black book. It was a black-owned store. It might have been a black fashion designer, but they were having trouble because their neighborhood had gentrified so much. And usually, when the neighborhood gentrifies, that means the people who gentrify the neighborhood bring their culture, and their culture might not be conducive to certain things, especially if it's whites gentrifying a black neighborhood, and if you're a black business owner. And really, that's anything. If you get a neighborhood and it was mostly white, right? I give an example. Old movie, classic movie, Do the Right Thing, right? You had this Italian pizza store, pizza place, in the middle of a black neighborhood, and the pizza owner just didn't want to leave and stuff. But sometimes you got to look at your surroundings wherever it is. You could be a vendor at a flea market. You got to pay attention. So you always got to look up. No matter what your business is, you got to always evolve it. You got to take it to a higher level. Now, see, my higher level has been like two things: getting better equipment, and that's usually a lot of people who take the YouTube thing seriously, and seeing where else how can I spread my wings, so to speak, and also just the quality of your product. What can you do to improve it, right? Like when I do the subscription channel outside of YouTube, the style of videos will be decidedly different. Like these videos are more, off the cuff. Usually I write one sentence and just talk. I talk about that subject, whatever I got to say. This is more like we sitting around a barbershop, or we sitting in a living room after a dinner party or something like that, more informal. But one thing I'm going to do with that subscription channel, it's going to be more formal instruction and stuff. Like for guys, if, they want more formal instruction on how to build up their sex appeal, or more formal instruction on how to vend. And I know I got these videos interspersed through here, but this would be like kind of like that library, And plus I got some other plans for that as well. But as a business person, you got to keep evolving. You got to always evolve. So anyway, this one don't have to be too long. I mean, the key point is evolve. So anyway, right, that's it for today. Continue always. Let's go make that money.